Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Terrphy Show. I'm the John Man, and over here to my right, over there to my left, over there in the middle is Miss Mary.
Only Miss Mary? That was, I don't feel like you hit me up enough there.
Miss Mary, the Mrs. of Mrs. of Mary, the marvelous Miss Mary, the majestic Mary.
That's a little better. I just didn't feel the pedestal.
The pedestal. I've been pretty bad about the intros, about like making sure you're like on the biggest pedestal ever, you know, because I want like
This may or may not be a representation of where he ranks us in our daily life, is how what kind of pedestal he puts me on for the podcast.
So like when I think of pedestal, like I want to put you on a pedestal that is, I think, of Queen Elizabeth, right? And R.I.P. If she was still alive, like, is that a sufficient enough pedestal? And sometimes it's like cool, calm, and collected because you got to act like normies every now and again.
Ooh, I don't know if Miss Mary is Miss Mary a high enough pedestal.
I think so. If it's brought to the audience in the proper way.
Oh, okay. Audience, let us know what you think.
I mean, are we being
Audience is probably
fun?
like,
Are we being hyped?
this lady's a bitch.
I mean, they could say that. I don't know. I don't speak for the audience. But, you know, it like putting you on a pedestal is hard. Like I try to change it up every single time we have a podcast, you know, so that way you have all the pedestals. It's not just one.
I like it.
It's all of them.
Okay. All right. I'll let this one slide.
Or for here on out, we could start letting you do the intros.
That sounds stressful. So I don't know if it's my headphones or the audio, but it's kind of cutting out between my two.
That's your headphones.
Okay.
Just jiggle the little thingy right there. Unplug it, plug it back in. Oh, can't find the hole.
I can't.
It's the
I gotta pick it up.
day in the life, right?
These ones are kind of hard because the part that covers your ear spins.
Yeah.
So they like, I don't know. Why do they do that? They spin all different directions. Is there like a purpose that I'm missing?
Just comfort for people. And then if they spin, you could put them in a case easier.
Oh, okay. I see.
So if
I didn't know if there was like a functionality that I was
if you
like,
wanted to travel with them and them only be like, you know, like a small travel size bag, you could put them in there.
I don't think I would travel with this expensive of headphones. Like, I know people do. It kind of goes into like, okay, so like people that buy like designer luggage, right? Like, I know that they do, but to me, that gives me stress because it's like, it's the chances of it getting broken, beat up, gross, lost, stolen
Is
high, right? Like, and then especially like because like the Louis Vuitton luggage, I mean, it's always been trending, but I feel like it's kind of made another cycle around. It's like, have you seen how your luggage is handled from like a drop off to pick up? Like, I'm not surprised. Like, it's not handled very well. I mean, I guess if you're doing just carry on, but then it's still like, I don't know, depending on the city, the taxi you get in, the hotel, like it still just goes on the floor because you're not going to put that nasty ass luggage on like the furniture or a bed. And not all hotels have a luggage rack. I don't know. Anywho, maybe I've like thought about this too hard.
No, I have thought about that in some sense because there is a lot of people that spend awfully like a shit ton of money on luggage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way I view luggage, it's just like a little tiny box that you get to like stuff as much clothes in as possible.
It's a toy.
And
Well, I'm 90% sure it's toy. Will you just double check? It is a toy.
It is a toy. Sorry. Dogs. I heard something in the background. But I don't know if like higher end luggage has like more compartments that all of a sudden you could fit like 50 more pairs of underwear in there or something. Like, I don't know. But if it does, and you buy them more expensive shit, like good on you. But like you said, that shit gets destroyed. Like we've used our luggage a lot. Like you have I wouldn't say nice. It's not.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, we have a nice set. It's not like I would
It's
say
not designer, but it's a
not
nice set,
designer.
especially the Minnie Mouse one.
Yeah. Oh, that Minnie Mouse one, I regret spending that money on. It's the American Tourist brand, which is like if you travel, like that's like a traveler's preferred brand, right? But it is so disgusting. Welcome in, welcome in. Like that, but that luggage is so disgusting. And I didn't even spend like designer prices on it. I think I want to say that whole set was like $450, which I think is ungodly for luggage, for how gross that luggage is now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's traveled the entire country with me and like a ton, but it is disgusting.
To be fair, I think a set like yours, if you have like the bigger set, it would be better internationally if you're checking all your luggage. It still gets disgusting.
But the problem with the big one is it's so easy to overpack that big one that every time I've taken the extra large one, every single time it's been over weight restriction and I've had to pay extra money.
I mean, but if you're traveling internationally, do you really give a shit? You're like, okay, just put it on the fucking plane. I'll pay the extra money because I need to get to where I'm going.
No, but since we've gone to standby and doing just carry on,
that's different.
I know, but I understand that that's different. But can I finish my thought?
Yeah.
Okay. I have learned I don't need to pack my entire fucking house.
That's
like,
fair.
I have really like reduced my travel, like packing. But no, I mean, I guess if we were going international, I wouldn't take that giant one just because when I go to a new city, I try to use like local transportation or like whatever it is. Like when I went to New York, I didn't really even do taxi or Uber. I took the subway. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, like you want to travel a little lighter. And the set we have now is really nice. It's the brand that the pilots use, but I mean, it's still like $100 suitcase, not designer suitcases. Anyway, I don't know how I got here. Why did I start talking about luggage?
I don't know. That's a good topic.
I'm like trying to figure out why I was talking about luggage. Like, I don't know even where that came from. Anywho, I mean, if anybody that ever listens to this, like if you buy designer luggage, like, do you think it was worth it? And how nasty is it at this point?
And is there something extra that we don't know about?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know the extra because, like, I feel like I have, because airlines these days with their carry-on luggage, every year or every few years, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And there's only so much you can pack in that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you and I pack amazingly, mostly you pack amazingly, we can fit like 4 days worth of clothes in there.
We did pretty good this last trip, but we were going somewhere warm. So I was able to get 5 days of outfits for both of us.
But that does not include stuff that you buy.
No, it does not include stuff you buy. And we went somewhere warm. So, you know, when you're going somewhere warm, it's shorts, tank tops, like light cardigans, not pants, sweaters, like warm clothes, you know? So I think it would be more like if we did a 5-day trip to like, I don't know, we would never do this, but if we went to like Aspen in December, you know, like I don't think I could make that work with our 2 suitcases.
We should go to Aspen in December.
All we do is sit at a lodge. We don't ski.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Oh, okay. I mean, we can.
I mean, going to the like snow, like skiing and like that thing. It's just like extra that people do.Maybe I wouldn't do that either. Like especially in this day and age of like where my body's at. But the lodge is the funnest part.
Dude, I'm assuming they allow snowboarders, so I guess you could snowboard.
I wouldn't even do that. My body is way too beat up.
Yeah.
Like
I'd do like sledding, like on my butt on an inner tube.
Yeah, I mean I'd do that too. That'd be fun.
I don't think they do that in Aspen though.
Probably not.
Where's the other place people go that's like super popular?
A lot of Jackson, like the Wilson area, a lot of
which we should plan a Jackson trip since it's so close.
A lot of people go snowboarding up there.
I want to do the
skiing.
bobsled thing in Jackson.
So what's crazy is there's a lot of ski resorts that do not allow snowboarding.
Okay.
I don't know how much there is. I'm not like versed in that culture.
Would you do the bobsled thing with me in Jackson?
I do the bobsled. Yeah.
Do you think we could do it? Are we fit enough?
I mean, I've worked out for a month straight now, so
maybe you might have to pull the weight. I mean, the way they like made it look, it's like you just get in and go.
I mean, that's kind of how bobsleds are. Like you do like the initial run, and then you hop into your sled, and like there's some like movement where you have to move your body around the corners to make sure you get them. But I think if it's a pretty easy course, and if it's just like sledding, like we could do it.
Then it'd be fine.
If we have to actually bobsled, like probably not. No, we couldn't do it.
Okay, that's fair.
If that makes sense.
Makes total sense.
But I don't know, like winter activities in our area and other areas, they're pretty popular.
They are popular.
And I can see why. Because, you have, like in our area right now, you have so much of your seasons, right? You have summer, which is awesome. And then you have your fall, which I feel like this year we had an actual fall where you actually see the leaves transform and it wasn't too cold. And then it gradually started getting cold. And then you're going to have your winter time. But I think like the seasons last so much longer here than where we were before that people like kind of embrace every single season a little bit more. Like people here, like they go do all the winter activities because they're there. Like when we were in Seattle, no one really gave a shit. They were just depressed about winter. They were like, "Oh, winter sucks. Talk to me when the sun's back out." Here, it's like people are out and about, like doing shit and trying to have fun. But it's sunny
here year-round.
It is.
It's not just gloomy and wet,
which is nice. I think people are a little bit happier here during the winter months than in Seattle, and they're more willing to go out and about and do things. Am I going to do all those things? Probably not. But I do like some of our smaller towns, some of our tourist towns around here, and
they're fun to go visit.
Their winter activities. I think it'd be fun to have like a winter time. Remember in Seattle, our good friends Dennis and Dina. They're like the first snow. Like Dennis like went and spent like 2 months building this fire pit, and it was just he's like the first snow. Once you see snow on the ground, once it starts snowing, come over to my house and we're gonna have like this amazing bonfire party.
Like a snow bonfire. That was fun.
And that was so much fun. And like the first snow hit and everyone just knew, oh, it's snowing. We got to go over to Dennis's house. And we did. And it was like a great time.
That was fun. I miss them for sure.
I should build a fire pit like his.
We don't got that kind of budget.
No. But like maybe not.
Yeah, that was intense.
I don't know. I do like winter. Everyone here seems to really hate winter and they're really not looking forward to it at all, which is fair. That's fine. You can think that way. But I'm kind of ready for it. Like I'm ready for the scenery. I'm ready for just what winter brings. Like I like the Christmas season. Like, I don't know, call me
you're such a basic bitch.
A basic bitch. Like I'm starting to get into the holidays to where like I want to decorate. I want things to have like that fall smell. I want like, I just want those type of things. Like pumpkin spice is over. Like we're done now. Like let's move on to the cinnamon, right? That's where I'm at.
Cinnamon Christmas tree.
Like that's where I'm at.
Switch the candles out.
Exactly. That's where I'm at right now. And I was like, I'm starting to like live this life of a basic white bitch and I'm fucking for it. Like these bitches have got it down.
They got it figured out.
They put all the happy signals out there. And like, once you get into it, you're like, they are not fucking wrong. I want in on this. And I'm like 100% on board right now. Like 100.
Oh my God. You are a basic white bitch. Pretty soon we're going to be out chopping down a Christmas tree.
Don't fucking tempt me with a good time. Like, I will find a good Christmas tree.
You will lose your ever living mind if we put up a Christmas tree.
With the dogs?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I want to ease into it. I don't want like a full-blown Christmas tree.
We can put the little one up.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I think it's just more for me. It's not so much the Christmas tree, even though like I would probably love to have one. It's like the decorations around the Christmas tree. Like I'm starting to decorate outside a little bit more. Some of us decorate for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I don't want any inflatables though.
No inflatables. It's going to be Low key classic.
I have opinions and feelings about inflatables.
I thought about. I haven't spoke to you about this yet.
Oh, okay.
I thought about doing Christmas lights around our tree out front.
Oh, that'd be cute. That would be cute.
Would it?
Yeah.
All right. Like, I'm thinking about doing that.
Yeah,
I was like, that'd be really cute. And I would love that.
Okay. I'm just against the inflatables.
No inflatables.
I think they're tacky.
Very much so.
Okay.
But it does get people in the spirit.
And if it's your thing, no big deal. But full disclosure, I do not decorate at all for Christmas. I don't decorate for nothing. So, maybe if I was in the spirit, I'd be more into it. Like, I like to see other people's, like, I think it's cute, like, seeing, like, the Minions out. Like, that one house always, like, each year had another Disney, like, Christmas inflatable. Honey, you cannot, this dog wants to sit in my lap. He's a 90-pound basset hound. He's sitting on, I'm not even going to call this a dog bed. They're sitting on a mattress. A twin-size mattress that's in the office for them. And he's crying because he's on the mattress and not my lap.
Well, the other one's just like, this is the best
Passed out. Yeah.
He's like, why isn't this up where my
I know.
upstairs? But yeah, I'm thinking about doing Christmas lights around our tree and then switching out like our solar lights to where
the Christmas trees.
Christmas bulbs.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah. Christmas bulbs, and then
you gotta get your Halloween off back. Gotta get that shit out of here.
I got you.
Halloween's over.
Halloween is over.
Have you not seen the TikToks?
I have seen the TikToks.
Once the clock strikes midnight, you get the...
Yeah, but those basic white bitch, I'm just barely learning how to be a basic white bitch.
Well, you're on a timeline, buddy.
I know. I gotta get it. I gotta buy the ornaments so I can put them on top of my lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of planning.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think I don't do any of it? None of it.
I mean, it's fun though. It's fun. It gives people so much cheer. I full-heartedly believe, right? We had probably double or triple the amount of trick-or-treaters this year than we did last year. Because we were decorated.
Mm-hmm.
And that just like, oh, this person's decorated. They must want trick-or-treaters.
Mm-hmm.
And we got like a fair amount. Like, I wouldn't say we were busy.
We weren't busy, but I would say we had double from last year.
I would say triple, because last year, the first year we had like one.
Yeah.
And then last year we had a few, and we're like, oh yeah, it's getting better. And this year, like, it was probably at least every 10 minutes up until the clock struck 8.
Yeah, until it got
like
dark.
we had a group of 4 or 5
but it
kids.
did got cold too.
And it was cold. But this was our best year trick-or-treating.
For sure.
Which I'm glad that we're starting to set the precedence of like, hey, this neighborhood, at least one of the house in the neighborhood's cool to go trick-or-treat at.
Just drive over here, get some candy.
So I'm happy about that. Next year, we're probably going to be fucking ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Wait, we don't have a ding dong, but knock, 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 knock. You know, I think next year we're going to be busy.
I hope next year it's a little warmer just so I can leave the door open and like wait,
Yeah, because we dress our dogs up.
Mm-hmm. And then we put the baby gate up and the dogs can sit and be ready to hand out cookies.
No, I mean, the dogs, they love when we get so many visitors like that. Like our little baby Canton he's so excited.
He can't contain himself.
What were their costumes this year, Mary?
Okay, so our big boy, was a chef. He had a little chef jacket, a little chef hat. He even had the little bandana. And then our little one was a taco. So it was like the chef made the taco.
It was cute. It was super cute.
Yeah, the taco was cute.
I do feel like it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to find like good original costumes for the dogs.
It really is.
Like, it's a pain in the ass.
Well, we run into sizing issues because our dogs are so big.
I mean, Canton doesn't have too much of an issue. Like, we could put him in anything, but Bruno, like, that guy is just thick and fucking stuff.
Yeah, because even extra large, I have to like cut the arms so that he's got enough room, and I'll cut the sides.
He has a huge chest.
Good thing I've been a fat kid my whole life, so I know what you got to do to make clothes fit that don't fit. I'm like, buddy, I got you. Don't you worry.
I got
Your mama knows how to fix this.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, she doesn't make it so his shit fits. When I dressed him up them up as Wolverine and Deadpool, I had to do that to his his shirt.
Yeah.
Because I bought double XL and it did not fit. And so I had to like cut it. I cut it actually all the way up the middle and then just put his legs through.
Man, that guy's clothes fits like my clothes. Like I have like a big chest for like how short I am, and like big shoulders,
really big shoulders
for how short I am. It's like it's impossible. Like they make big dog stuff, but they think like a big dog is like a mastiff or like a 100 or a labradoodle or a golden doodle or something like that. Like because Benji, he's a big dog.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy, but he's not as girthy as Bruno.
No, and he's only 10 pounds more than Bruno.
Yeah.
But he's tall.
Yeah. And like a lot of these companies make things for tall dogs. Just like a lot of these companies make people clothes for tall people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't expect a 5'8", 220-pound dude to fit in clothes. There's no fitting in clothes for me.
Well, it's hard because medium and large are too short for you. Extra large is too big, but the length is right.
Mm-hmm.
So it is tough.
I mean, they don't make clothes for you. Like you're 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, clothes for me are hard. It's probably why I just wear big baggy clothes. It's just easier.
Yeah, clothes shopping sucks.
It's the worst.
Like I want to like change up my style and shit, but it's like at this point, it's like I just buy shit that fits.
For real though.
Like I'm sorry that I'm only wearing like a t-shirt and jeans.
I feel like for dudes it's easier though. Like that's acceptable.
Yeah, but I like to be a little bit like I would like to be more stylish. Like you see shit on Instagram or like some of these clothes companies that do the internet like ordering. It's like, yeah, I would like to wear that thing.
But here's the thing is even like doing a box like that, I would be inclined to doing that for you if I thought that it would actually fit you.
But
Does
it's not
that
going
make sense?
to. It's not going to. Yeah, that makes 100% because I would do that. If I knew it was going to be tailored to me and it was actually going to fit, I would do that.
Because at this point, like, it's just going to be a waste of energy and effort because I'm going to have to make sure that that gets back in the box, back to the post office so that we don't get charged for clothes that don't fit you.
I'm a hard size.
Yeah.
Now that I'm working out, like I might slim down a little bit, but I might also
It's still not going to help the length.
No. But I might bulk up too. So my shoulders might be a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Which is just going to make it shorter.
It's just going to make it worse. So I don't know. It is tough because I don't like wearing XL because XL I just swim in that shit and it doesn't fit around my body.
And it's long enough. It's just too wide. Well, and it fits your shoulders. It just doesn't fit your torso.
Yeah. And it goes down to my knees and
I just need to figure out how to sew.
Yeah. I mean,
I miss Liza.
They do have specialty stores, but they're for big and tall. I'm not tall. I'm just big. So it's tough. I'm just in a medium size. I'm in an awkward size of where, because obviously clothes companies, they want to make clothes for the general masses. And if you're a unique body size, they just don't make them for you. They don't make there's not like a specific store for like short, stocky men.
I'm going to be honest. Costco t-shirts have been the best so far for you.
So far, yeah. I mean, their pants have been pretty good too. Like a lot of them are a little bit long, so it looks more baggy. And I'm starting to get out of my baggy phase. I know I'm a '90s kid. I like it to be more slim and fitted. So a lot of the Costco stuff does fit well. It's just for the pants they're too long, and for the shirts they do fit good until you wash them.
The sweater, all of the sweaters look nice on you though.
They're all short,
but you wear a shirt underneath, so it doesn't seem as bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing too. Is like always gotta wear an undershirt. Like that's just how I'm gonna roll. I just always wear an undershirt.
Yeah,
tuck it in, and that way if you see half of my back, which you will.
Which you will.
It is what it is.
He's like a 2006 teenage girl whose pants are too low and shirt's too high.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. All I need is the eyeliner, the flip phone, and the
razor.
The blonde hair mixed with like the dark under.
I loved that hairstyle.
dude, a lot of these hairstyles, a lot of the 90s is actually coming back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In the early 2000s, like kind of like our high school era,
Mm-hmm.
it's coming back a little bit, which I don't know, makes me happy, but on the same sense, like, it wasn't as cool as the 90s, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they kind of have mixed it all together.
So I have this employee at work, right? And he used to have like really long hair, like down to his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Long hair, this dude. He's a bigger dude. And he got a haircut, like chopped all of his fucking hair off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got like a Dixie cut. So like his back is short and he has like this long
Oh,
front
God.
and totally emo,
Yeah.
right? And I told him he just barely turned 21. I was like, dude, you know what? For Halloween, you should dress up as 2000s emo kid.
Yeah.
And I was just joking around. He's like, no, okay. And then he showed up on Halloween, fucking painted fingernails, black. He had black lipstick, the
gosh.
eyeliner.
That's
He was
funny.
telling everyone to like, I hope you have a very bad day today.
That's funny.
Just like total gothed
oh,
out. I
God.
was like, this actually kind of fits you, man. He's like a D&D, you know,
Like,
just
vibes.
just the vibes. I was like, dude, that fits you. You're like, you found your personality.
For sure.
it just worked.
Oh, my gosh. That's funny.
And I'm glad he dressed up. Like he's not like customer facing or anything. So it's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Like you do.
You know, you do you. Like you're just here hanging out.
Did you
Like,
tell me looked good?
I was like, dude, bring me back to high school, man.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So
Gosh, that's funny.
he told me to have a very bad day. I was like, I hope you have a very bad day.
Oh my God. He probably sat at home watching YouTube videos to figure out.
And it was just like the stereotypical, like this shit you see on like cartoons of the goths of like, you're gonna have a bad day. Have a bad day.
Oh gosh.
It was funny.
The drama.
Oh, it was. He was like a drama kid in my high school.
Oh my gosh. I never was like in the emo scene.
Yeah, neither was I. Couldn't afford that shit. That was for the rich kids.
Really?
Well, you had to dye your hair. You had to get the emo clothes. You had to buy all the makeup. Like my parents couldn't afford that shit.
I guess so. I didn't know it was like a social status thing.
Well, I don't know if it was social status, but like I definitely know like my parents weren't gonna buy me like all that shit.
Yeah.
The clothes and
I don't know. I feel like your mom did like a clothes hauls often for you guys.
was that?
I feel like your mom did clothes hauls often for you guys.
I mean, we do our once a year clothes shopping.
Yeah.
You know, like we go to Walmart or we go to wherever we needed to go. Mainly Walmart.
I mean, maybe that was like as you got older, but like definitely like college era, your mom would buy like a whole new wardrobe for you.
College era, I was buying my own clothes.
No, because I remember both Christmases. It was like
Christmas was one thing. Like once we got out of high school and we were like kind of out of the house coming in, they'd be like, all right, you're going to get clothes. But that was like 1 year and then they started giving us money.
well, they started giving us money when we moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that was like a 1 or 2 year thing because they're like, these guys probably need clothes. They're not buying clothes for themselves. So let's just buy them clothes. But, and then it was always just like the underwear and socks type thing. Like, oh, here's a year's worth of underwear and socks. And, but after that, like, you know, we didn't go clothes shopping. I mean, we did like a good clothes shopping like once a year, you know, because that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
But once I stopped growing, not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was like middle school.
They're like, you're fine. You don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much because I could just wear all the same shit.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I started buying my own clothes like really well once I started babysitting. So, you know, around 10. And then once I hit high school, I bought all of my own clothes.
Yeah. I mean, because I worked with my dad during the summers and like I wouldn't save all my money, but like I'd save a pretty decent amount. And I mostly bought clothes with it. Because when you're in middle school and high school, like what is the most important thing?
So you could have been an emo kid.
I
If
could
you
have
wanted
been.
to spend your money on it.
Could have been. I bought Banties instead.
Yeah, that fits your vibe.
Yeah.
more.
So, I mean, isn't that weird that like so much when you're in middle school and high school, so much matters about what you wear.
What you wear, what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking at it now, it's like, yeah, I wore like baggy jeans and a band T-shirt.
But that was like cool then.
It was cool, but
I honestly think that they should go to uniforms in schools for that very reason.
just so everyone's the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could be.
And I'm not talking like, schoolgirl uniform. I'm talking like, you can wear khakis and a polo, or, I mean, nobody fucking wants to wear a polo, but you know what I mean.
Fucking hate polos.
Me too. They're the worst.
I mean, a lot of schools, especially since we got out of high school, they do have more of a dress code than what we had. Because when I was in school, like that's when I think my senior year, they stopped allowing us to wear hats.
Mm.
Like, man,
we were never able to wear hats.
And like, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm finally starting to go bald. And these motherfuckers before me were able to wear hats. Now I can't wear a hat. It was like junior or senior year. It's like, this is shit, man. This is shit. Like, I need to cover this shit up because I am insecure as fuck right now.
So sad for you.
Yeah. Going bald that early, like having to like grow.
So what, you
out.
had hair for like 10 years? Because you don't really get hair till like, I mean, you get hair, but it doesn't like, you don't get adult hair till like 6th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't have hair for very long. And then like this motherfucker, he had like the best in high school, had an awesome beard already.
Oh,
God. He like grow shit, right? Had a full fucking head of hair. And it's like, dude, I'm losing this shit. Can't grow this yet. I could barely grow my chin hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a full head of hair, full chin hair. I'm like, dude, motherfucker, man. Fuck you. It's like, fuck this guy.
A jelly.
I was. When you're in high school, like that shit matters.
It does matter.
It does matter. It's just, I was a pretty big loner in high school. Like after, I had some friends, but most of them were just like, they're stoner friends.
Yeah. Like
I didn't really mix in with like the stoners or the jocks, or like I wrestled, but yeah, I didn't hang out with anybody, like, and then the stoners, like, yeah, I hung out with them every now and again. And then I had a couple girlfriends. One was like fucking huge druggie and one wasn't. And it's like, I just don't really like fit in with anybody. I just hang out with everybody.
Yeah, I pretty much only hung out with Jamie and then Holly for a little bit when Holly moved here.
I mean, it's good to have family, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, she hung out with us, but mainly it was just Jamie and I just chilling.
Yeah.
Doing whatever it was we did. But we didn't like go to parties or like anything like that. I mean, I was invited to a couple cool kid parties, but it was mainly like some of those parties where it's like everybody was invited.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have, like, I was never really invited to a lot of parties or any parties, or never really went to like too many high school parties. I did some, like, I guess in the woods parties. There was a couple that I went to, but I was mainly, I don't know, it's kind of like trying to think here. Like I had like one or two friends and like each
group.
And like the one I hung out with the most, he was like this super fucking smart kid, dorky as fuck. And like him and I would tag along to parties and shit, Yeah. And then I think that was my senior year. Like the super smart kid and I would like hang out, and we'd go to these parties and just chill out and hang out and whatever. And I don't know, like every year I had like a different person, I guess.
Fair.
I think my sophomore and junior year didn't really have too many friends because I was like transitioning from like hanging out with the stoner friends a lot to like, I don't really like smoking weed that much. And like, that's all they did, which I didn't mind smoking weed every now and again, but it's like, yeah, that's all you guys fucking do, And
well, you were pretty active at that point.
Yeah. And then like my sophomore and junior year, I didn't have like an established friend group. I just kind of hung out with people every now and again.
Kind of nomaded.
Yeah. Like I would hang out with this one dude and like we'd drive around and go on cruises, and I'd hang out with this other dude, and we'd do this one thing, and I never really had like a friend. And then I started hanging out with like the friend group that I kind of still have now, like JFK. Like I've hung out with him like a couple times, like when I was in high school, and because he was a year ahead of me. But yeah, I was just nomaded. I was a nomad.
Did he go to public high school?
Mhm.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What year did he transition from homeschool?
I think in high school. So that had been like 2001 or 2002.
I couldn't even imagine what it was like, especially here. Because I would say in Idaho, in high school, at least for me, it is truly like the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, truly like the movies. Like, so cliquish, so like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's...
Well, I had some friends that I've known since elementary school, and they were my stoner friends since elementary school, and then up until high school that I like still like hung out with. I was never like in bad taste with any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just stopped hanging out with them because I don't know, they were all fucking stoners.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like nothing wrong with stoners, but like I just didn't want to smoke weed all the time. All right. Anyway, they all called me one time when we were in Washington, and they're like, "Hey, John, what the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know, just hanging out in Washington." Like,
oh, hey.
Yeah, like hi.
Surprised I had your number.
It was before I switched my number.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I could probably hang out with most of them. I know one of them's died, and probably like not have any.
Like just pick up and
just kind of pick up. You know, like one of them I've known since my parents when they first moved to Idaho, used to live in their basement. So like I've like technically known this dude since like when we were babies.
That's cool.
You know, so we could probably like, unless he's like a super bad drug addict now or something like that, which I don't think he would be. And I probably hung out with him the most. Like as my nomadishness happened, like I probably hung out with him the most. Like him and I got along pretty well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we were both named John. We were both like,
oh,
like our first friends. Like we hung out as babies.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Is that why you're so fucking clingy? Am I your first forever friend?
Probably. Probably. That probably is like the truth. And he was black. So
Aww.
There we go. Like I was ahead of the curve.
You've been a liberal since you came out of the womb.
Fucking 38 years.
Yeah, I'm surprised your parents let you hang out with him.
I had no choice. They were poor as fuck.
But it is weird to me, like these people that don't want to hang out with their spouse. Like when people are like, "Oh, I'm going golfing with the guys," or like, "Oh, let's have a girls' night." Like it, like borderline annoys me if somebody asks me to hang out without you. Okay, I shouldn't say borderline. It fucking annoys me.
No, it does. Yeah.
Like we've been together since we were kids.
Mm-hmm. You were 19, I was 20.
And all of our friends were mutual friends at that point in time. Mm-hmm. And then when we moved, we made those friends together in Washington. Mm-hmm. And so moving back here to have friends that want to have like girls' night, I don't fucking like it. It annoys me. And I think maybe some of that stems from us for 15 years, we had opposite schedules. So it was like, nah, bitch, if my husband's off, I'm hanging out with my husband. You know what I mean? Like if I'm off at the same time as my husband, no, we're going together. And so I wonder if like some of that stems from that, but also like, I don't, there's nothing that I want to do that wouldn't involve you. Now, if there's like, with that being said as well, like if there's something I want to do, if there's somewhere I want to go and John's not interested, I'll still go do it by myself. Like I'd be willing, like I went to New York by myself. I went to the Bahamas by myself. I've done Florida by myself. Like I've done trips by myself, or I'll go do things by myself. But if like I want the option for him to go to be there. So
by yourself, you did have a friend that was going with you.
Not by myself, but I mean like you didn't come.
Yeah. Not by yourself.
I'd still do those things by myself, I think.
I mean,
if I wanted to go.
if you wanted to go, I think now that we're kind of in like a different circumstance, like I would have some of those things that I skipped out on, like I feel like I skipped out on because it's my way, and you're not gonna like the fucking answer. It's my way of like helping out with the budget.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, it's fair. Well, and I know that Florida was dog.
Because when you went to work or when you went to New York, it's like, well, you could go by yourself with our roommate, and like the roommate could pay half of it,
Yeah.
or you and I just like, or like we're not gonna go, you know. Or Florida is like we didn't have anyone to watch
The dog.
Odie at the time.
Yeah. And
You
it
know?
was a work trip, to be fair. But John was.
I was invited.
Yeah. His trip was paid for if he went.
Yeah. But we just didn't like, we didn't have anybody at that time that could watch our dog. And I think before that, was that the first trip without the dog? And then after that, we were able to like find people, right? Or is that when our roommates moved out?
After that, our roommates had moved out at that point. We didn't have anybody to watch
so
Odie.
we didn't have anybody.
Anybody that we trusted at
Yeah.
all. Because he
So-
was sick and he had to have cancer medicine every day, and it was very serious.
Yeah.
It's like regimen.
Mhm.
And I have
So that
trust
one I
issues.
probably would have gone with you if like we had like our roommates were still there. I probably
Mhm.
would have gone with.
Mhm.
But like, you know, some of the other times it's like, well, either Mary could go out and have this experience with our roommate, and I could stick back at home. You know, I don't know. But I think now, like how we are now, because we're a lot more financially stable. We have a fucking dog sitter,
Yeah, the dog sitter's like the biggest thing.
and like we're able to do those trips together a lot more than what we were before.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess the whole point I was trying to make is that like it's not, I mean, it probably is a little codependency, but like it's not like I'm not willing to go do things by myself or that I don't ever want to do girls' nights, but it just annoys me because it's like, why can't my husband come to girls' night?
Well, I 100% understand. Like if the guys invited me to go golfing, guys' time, I'd be like, no, my wife's coming, because I know for damn sure if we go golfing, for one, Mary and I, the guys are going to take it too serious.
Mm-hmm.
I know
100%.
for damn sure, Mary and I, we're going to go golfing. We know nothing about golfing. You know what we're going to do? We're going to ride in our golf cart.
We're going to have fun.
And we're going to have fun. Like, because neither one of us know how to golf that well or at all. And we'll have fun with it. Where if I went with the guys, it'd just be like a competition, and you know, it's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I like to have fun. And the things that you and I do together, we have fun. Like no matter what scenario we're put in, we will try to have fun, at least together. Like we might not like the scenario that we're in, but we'll try
Which
to make.
seems to be coming up a lot, which I don't really love that.
Yeah.
Like we always make the best of it and we always have fun, but I think we just need to be more picky and choosy about what we do.
I agree. I mean, it's tough, you know, because you're like, oh yeah, that would be fun, and then it just ends up just being you and I that are having fun together, and not with a group or whatever activity we're doing. It's like, oh, we're not having fun, but at least we're having fun together, because you and I will make the fun together.
Yeah. Which maybe that's the way it should be, but
I mean, we've done a pretty good job at it.
always. I mean, I'm like trying to get into my like protect my peace era, and it's so hard.
What do you mean by that?
Like only do what I want to do. And it is so hard because it's like and I think it is tougher here because we have so much family, but it's like I am tired of doing like what social norm, what is expected, like what should be. Like I don't want to, hey Janelle, I don't want to be doing things that I don't want to do just because that's like what I should be doing. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Especially when it's not reciprocated.
Uh-huh.
Reciprocated?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. I don't know. Life is fucking weird.
I think so too. There's especially being with how busy we were during the summer and how many activities we did that we didn't care to do.
Mm-hmm. Like our whole summer was filled with shit we didn't want to do.
No, they were all obligations.
Oh,
And
there's only one that I don't regret. The rest of them, I'm like, eh. Well, I do wish we hadn't taken the dogs. I regret that part.
yeah, I think we probably would have had a lot more fun.
Yeah, had we not taken the
But
dogs.
we would have never known.
The rest of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't think, and maybe this is a John problem, but I don't think I have a lot of fun doing things, like unless it's planned by you or I, and then we do it together. Honestly, like it comes down to the points. Like I don't know if I really like doing things with people other than you.
I think because we've become in our old age so particular, and we are like, and maybe it's one of our AAAs. I don't know. Like we need it to be planned, but not too planned, and we still want room for like spur of the moment, but also like we need to know where we're staying, what time we're going to be there, if there's going to be food. Like I don't know.
Well, because I feel like you and we've always been kind of on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Like once we moved to Washington, we were always on our own. We didn't have too many people guiding, captaining the ship. It was always you and I. So you and I were the ones making the rules, and so you and I are used to that. We're used to making our own rules of doing our own thing, how we want to do it, how in line, how we want to travel here, what hotel we want to book, and this and that. Even when we had friends in Washington, like they kind of looked at us like, well, will you guys just kind of
figure it out,
plan the basics, and we'll just tag along? And it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So everything was kind of catered to us because we're
sounding so fucking drama.
Well,
but it is what it is. This is how we are.
Yeah. And this is how it is. It's not like our other friends in Washington, they like needed they just gave that responsibility to us.
Yeah.
Like
they were like, you guys we'll just tag along, let us know.
Like, yeah, I know you guys will book something fun, so just book it and then
let us know and what hotel you're staying at, and we'll book our room there or whatever.
And then from there on out, it was more like, okay, so we're here, we have this many days, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
But like here, it's been like so fucking trying to be structured and this and that, and
so much drama too.
Yeah.
And so much like people pleasing. And so many fucking stupid parties. I'm sorry, you guys. This is going to be a hot take.
Oh, I love hot takes. Do it.
I am sick of stupid parties.
Yeah.
Listen, I love my nieces and nephews. I'll fucking buy you a present and drop it off. I do not want to come and sit around your barbecue and pretend to like all these people and then pretend to like your extended family, make small talk, eat some shitty cake,
eat some shitty food,
and then that take up my entire Saturday. Listen, I am more than happy. And then your kid don't even fucking care that I'm there. Let's just be honest. I would rather like take our nieces and nephews on like a Saturday afternoon and take them to dinner and take them shopping and let them pick out their gift than waste my Saturday afternoon at a fucking barbecue kid birthday party. Like, I know it's dumb, but like, I would rather it be a special outing with one of them than us like going and sitting around and like, I don't know, this last one was rough. Was it not?
They're all rough.
They're all rough.
They're all rough.
Like the baby showers, I get, but also like, can I just drop my present off? I am excited for you. I'm excited for you to have a baby. Again, it just feels like I've wasted a half a Saturday. You barely had time to like engage with your guests.
And that's why it's because you and I, and this is what I'm talking about, is you and I are able to make fun out of these scenarios. It's not like we're being assholes and being pretentious. It's just like we're stuck in these situations to where we don't want to be there. The people that are hosting the party barely knows that we're there.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I just make it fun.
Right. But also, like, if you're going to have a party like that, like, be a good host, acknowledge all your guests. Like, I don't know. It feels like all these parties have become like a present grab and all about the present. And I don't know, maybe it's just me being weird.
No, it's not. I've thought about that. And I've actually kind of thought about this a lot this last week. I feel, and I'm not trying to knock anything from anybody, but how do I want to say this? I feel like just because sometimes you get help, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then like those people in that group, like they put that in the back burner. They put that in their log of like, hey, we helped this person out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, and then from that time, like all the parties, all the things, all the shit you do, like all this stuff that you're obligated to go to, it fucking adds up and stacks up. And like, and then when it comes time where they need a favor again, they're like, hey, remember this one time where we helped you out?
I mean, that was definitely not the case with.
It's not the case, but like
Okay.
sometimes that's how I feel.
That's how it feels. No, it totally is how it feels.
Because like, just because you've helped me before, which I appreciate, like I don't feel like I should be obligated to help you, because between the time that you helped me and I'm gonna help you, I've been to 30 different of your fucking
events and spent hundreds of dollars on them.
Exactly. And,
hundreds of dollars.
And I know that's not the case. And I know that that's just how I'm looking at it, if that makes sense.
And maybe it's my bad for not asking for things. Does that make sense? Like maybe it's my bad for not being like, hey, I'm painting my house. Do you guys think you'd want to come over and help? Or like, I'm not doing any inviting or like anything either. Does that make sense? Like I'm not being...
Well, yes, it does make sense. But I feel like they always invite when
it's something that's needed.
100%.
It's not,
hey, we're going to go fun.
Have dinner. Do you want to come have dinner?
Yeah.
You know?
It's something that's needed, or something that's an event, or something that costs money that I have to buy, like something for someone. You know, I'm just an extra present or an extra fucking this or that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't like that. I don't like it. You know?
Same. You know, it's not like we got trick-or-treated.
No.
And I know that's dumb, but it's like, okay, my sister-in-law, she's not my sister-in-law, but we're going to say sister-in-law for fucking conversation's sake.
Mm-hmm.
They went to a better neighborhood to trick-or-treat, but she still made it a point. She drove all the way to our neighborhood, kicked the kids out of the car to come trick-or-treat, and then packed them back up and took them home. Like
she made them like, hey, you're going to go say hi to Aunt Mary.
Yeah, like it was like...
she's expecting trick-or-treaters. You're going to go fucking...
Trick-or-treat.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was cold as fuck, but it was still like, that was nice. You know, we like seeing that. Like, I loved when your sister-in-law did that, because, you know, it means something. That means they're trying.
Yeah, like they're,
you know,
putting the effort in. And actually, I'm going to be honest, out of like everybody, the entire family, I feel like my sister-in-law tries the absolute fucking hardest.
Out of my family too.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, because she's like willing to come here. She's willing to like invite us over.
Yeah.
Like
her husband helped me build a fan.
Yeah. And even when I was like, oh my God, we almost called you. Like
you fucking should have. We had nothing going on.
I know. I'm like, but we didn't want to have that call of shame.
They're like, oh, I know John makes good food and he always has beer. I'll drink the food and I'll drink the beer and eat the food.
Well, and then it's like, even like with the baseball, like my nephew played baseball this summer. And she's like, I'm going to send you the whole schedule, but I am going to send you I'll let you know which ones are closest to your house, because I know you get off late. And so at least if it's by your house, like maybe you can come like halfway through the game. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, obviously we don't expect you at every game, but these ones are close by your house. So if you get off in time, like cool, you know? And I was able to make it to like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I was able to make it to 1.
Yeah. But I mean, you get off late. So like even for you to be able to make it to 1 is...
Which I think next year we should bring the dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. It's close enough. But also it's not like... So there is a struggle with my nephew though, because my brother doesn't let me know what's going on. So like I should probably get like Christmas shit ready just in case.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure Christmas will be over there.
Well, yeah, but
he'll probably come over here like midday.
Well, last year he spent Christmas Eve with us.
True.
And I was like, fuck, I have nothing for a child for Christmas Day. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't anticipating him spending Christmas with us.
Yeah. We just get thrown in these situations. I mean, but every single situation we have, like you and I were pretty good at adapting.
Yeah. And I try not to get too mad at my brother for expecting things of us because you don't necessarily, but I expect a lot from him. Like, I expect him to fix my car. I expect him to dig a septic system. I expect him to take my window out, to get my dog kennels in. Like, I definitely expect those things from him. So I try not to get so mad when he expects things that I don't want to do. Does that make sense?
Yes. I don't expect anything from your brother. The only thing I expect, which I never get, is because it's actually getting better. Because I would just like to know, like,
when.
I
know. Well, since I yelled at him, he's been way better.
I didn't yell at him, but I talked to him like the few times ago when I think you yelled at him. It's like, dude, like, I don't care that you come, man.
Yeah.
But, like, when you come unannounced, I have no food ready. Like, I don't have anything for your fucking kid.
Right.
Like
we just need to know.
I have plans, like, with our other friends. And it's like, if you're going to come down, like, I either need to, one, make sure that the party that we're going to is at my house.
Right.
So everybody can be involved. I got to have shit for your son.
Right.
You know, and I could accommodate everyone instead of like being, oh, I have to cut this party short to go here. I have to go to the store to get this person food because he doesn't like any of the food I have. Plus, I have to make dinner because everyone's fucking hungry and they're expecting me to cook. So I think you and I both like kind of laid that groundwork, and since then it's been better.
Yeah, it's like, no, come. Like, we absolutely want you to come and stay with us. But, like, for example, we're an ingredients household, which is not conducive for an 11-year-old kid, right?
Like, we don't have dino nuggets.
Yeah. We don't even have, like,
we don't
chips,
have freezer foods.
Candy. Yeah. We don't have crackers. Like, there may be, like, a Costco frozen pizza.
Yeah, and we only buy that in a 4-pack, and we buy that
like twice a year.
Not very often.
So, like, we don't really have, like, snacks. Like, it's just not the way we eat. And so if they show up at 9 p.m. on a Saturday and want something to eat, it's like...
You're shit out lucky.
Yeah, I, like, only have cereal, like, maybe 50% of the time. So it's mainly just, like, knowing that they're coming so we can make sure they're comfortable here.
Because I do like to host. And when I host, like, I want to make sure everyone's accounted for and comfortable.
Yeah, and we don't buy, like, soda, so we want to make sure if they're coming, we got, like, soda in the fridge. Like, there's just a lot of things that we don't
buy for ourselves that we would buy for guests if we knew they were coming.
And I don't know, that time pissed me off, too, because he basically just showed up to sleep here. And I was like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we did that one time with your friend Aubrey. And I was like, you're not going to just come here and do drugs and sleep at my house. Yeah. And then ever since then, she stopped being your friend. Mm-hmm. And then she turned Mormon and had too many kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, at least your brother recognizes, like, hey, I need to at least plan.
Like, let them know.
If I'm going to, like, come up in the weekend, I need to let them know. At least ask them what they're doing, because we might have plans.
Right.
Because, like, especially this last summer, like, we were so fucking booked. Like, if we had something happen that wasn't on our books, it was a fucking, oh, fuck.
It was like a shit show.
It was a shit show. Like, we had fucking plans.
It was so busy. I don't want next summer to be like that.
I want next summer not to be like that. I want it to be more on our timeline to where, like, we're doing most of the hosting.
Yeah, and I want to do, like, I want to float the river. I want to do, like, some fun activities.
I wouldn't mind doing a couple trails again next year.
Yeah. I actually thought it'd be fun to plan, like, a fall Montana trip and go up and do the hot pools. And
that's what we did last year. Or, not, was it last year?
Yeah. Or when did we go to Bozeman?
It was in November.
What's that?
Well, we went this last summer, but when we went to the trail with your boss, it was in November because it didn't snow. And it was a late snow season. That was last year.
I kind of wish that there's no time off at all for me. I mean, I guess we could go up a Friday after work and then hang out Saturday, come home Sunday.
Like November?
Yeah. I mean, we're in November.
I could take a Monday off. That's fine.
I can't. I have nothing.
I would take a Monday off because I don't like. That's one thing that in my old age is like if I'm gonna be traveling all of my rest day, like I need a rest day.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like
even need a rest day on my vacation now.
yeah, I hate doing a bunch of traveling and off-roading or whatever the hell we're doing. Just this instance as an example. I hate traveling, off-roading, having fun, doing all this shit all the way up until mid Sunday, driving back home, sleeping and go to work. I fucking hate that.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
want to see if we could do
anymore.
like a Saturday hangout.
Yeah. I mean, a Saturday hangout would be good because if we could come back home on a Sunday and be home by like 2,
That'd be perfect.
except for we only have 2 times to pick up the dogs, which is 9 in the morning or fucking 6.
I know. I dislike that about. But the one girl,
But that way, if I have Monday off, I could pick the dogs up at the early morning
Monday, yeah.
And then,
I mean, maybe you could take the Monday off and I could just work.
yeah. And then that way I could pick up the dogs. We could do the thing. Or we could even get a bath on Monday and be like, hey, just call me when the baths are done.
That's a good idea. I'll talk to them and see what they have going on. Because it would have to be over the next couple weekends before it does snow. But I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to see if my other coworker could come up too.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
I mean, you and I are notorious for doing shit in the off season.
Yeah, I would rather do off season, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll talk to him and see. Because I think it would be fun to go do that in the cold.
Yeah. I mean, we did it last November. Yeah. It wasn't that cold. It's colder now. But, well, now that my Jeep has had it's all good to go.
A tune-up.
Anyway, I have to use the restroom, so...
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Yep.
All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us.
We appreciate everything you guys do, and thanks for listening, and all the listeners out there, appreciate it. Holy shit, that got loud. We love you all, and we'll see you sometime between now and the next time we podcast.
Bye.
Bye.